Alright, welcome back to another AIG Hockey video from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I am the designer and creator of this game, and just wanted to get on tonight and just do a quick little rundown on some of the changes that have been made. I haven't done much with the hockey game lately, just because I've got it out. Playtesters are testing it even right now. So they've been playing it for a couple of weeks, and so based off of the feedback I've gotten, I'll show you some of the new things that are going on. First, we changed up the cards a little bit, so you can see here. Try to zoom in just a little. Doesn't touch much. So you can see here, these are the same two teams that I had done before, so the 2024 Panthers and Oilers. And you can see here we have line 1, 2, 3, so these are your forward lines. And then now we have a third defense line, so you have lines 1, 2, and 3 for your defensemen, both goalies, and then you have their save ratings. We have their shooting rating, their puck battle rating, and their face-off rating here. And then a few new ones here. This is scoring, assists, and penalties. So scoring rating, assist rating, and penalty rating. So these are based off of their actual numbers in the season. And then there's a couple of sort of generic offense and defense ratings up here, which don't have a place right now, really, but hopefully they'll be worked into the game. And then we have Edmonton, the same thing. Connor David here on line 1, the forward line, and then you have your 3 defense lines. And basically, you're thinking as you're going through. Let's see if we can get a little. Okay, so I might use a D4 just to signify which line is on the ice at the same, or at which time. And so you would just kind of move it along at different intervals, usually about a 1 minute interval. You move these things along, then you go back to the first line. Same thing, so you basically have 2. I don't know if I have 2 or not. Let's see. There's 1. So you'd have 2 for each one. And you could use literally any style of dice or any size of die. You could use that, and that would just help you to know what line. If you had a little proper kind of translucent marker or something like that, you could use that as well. So that's the idea, and then you would just kind of move down the lines, and then you would use these ratings for shots, puck battles, and face-offs. So that's the new cards. They would be basically 4 to a sheet that you could cut out. And so that would be that. We've got some charts that are updated. So you can see neutral zone face-offs and your offense and defensive zone face-offs here. So you have everything that you would need. There's also now penalties and a dedicated penalty chart. So when there's a penalty, you would roll, you get the type, you get who the player was, and you get the time. So how much penalty time. There are a couple of majors down here: cross-checking, high stick to the face, and fighting. So you would just kind of get those. This is a penalty rating and what they were ranked on the floor, or on the ice. So the highest rated one would be PR number 1. Second highest rated would be PR 2. So it's very similar to what you might see in a game like inside the crease. Player kicked out of the face-off circle, home or visitor, and then you just select another player. The home team wins the face-off, starts in the neutral zone. That's 2 through 11. 12 and 14 would be the home team wins and regroups and starts in the defensive zone. 15 to 17 is the visiting team wins, starts in the defensive zone, and then 18 and 19 are a quick shot. So you can see these are in red. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. Let's see. Should be sharp enough that you can see that those are in red. So I've tried to put shots in red. So I don't know if that helps anyone or not, but kind of is a quick reference. Okay, I see 18 is red. I know I'm going to get a shot. And then we have different players here. And one addition from a tester who played the game was he was adding in a D6 as a way to determine which player was shooting. So we have our D20, which is determining where, so the face-off circle, the crease, the slot, the breakaway. So that's determining where on the ice you're taking the shot. And then you have this now D6. So 1 to 2, the left winger, 3 to 4, the center, 5 to 6, the right winger. Here it's just the top. I don't think it's SC. Maybe it should be scoring. It should be SR, so I'll have to do that. So the top scoring rating, that's basically goals divided by 10 and then rounded up. So top scoring rating, so SR, top SR rating. And then we have a puck battle in the corner here off of the neutral zone. That's a 20. Roll a D6 to determine which team gets the puck. And so in the offensive zone, you can get kicked out of the circle. The offense can lose the draw. This is very similar to what we saw earlier. There's a puck battle. The higher D6 roll determines the winner. And then there's a clean win for the offense, and you start in the offensive zone, or a clean win with a shot from the point or the slot, and then you would just roll your D6 to determine which player, which position gets that shot. And speaking of shots, the shot charts are a little bit different now. So now just a little bit easier to find point, face-off circle, slot, crease. There's a rebounds, breakaways, and then this was also an addition from a tester who has kind of like a basic little assist awarded on the goals. And you can give the assist based off of any number of things. There is an actual, there's an assist rating. So you could do like a 1 to 5 for each of the positions. And then a 6 could be highest assist rating. Obviously Connor McDavid, super high assist rating here. So you determine if it's unassisted, 1 assist or 2 assists on the goal. And then you can, again, so you can see these are in red where there is a goal. Here, it's a goal scored. It's off of the rebound, so then you have the highest rated SR player on the floor, the second highest, left wing, right wing, or center. And this one, the goalie screened, so we kind of need to know who was it that had that. This one deflects off the stick of either the left winger or the right winger. So there's some different things in here. That's the same thing, deflects off the body. But we have the puck being cleared. We have a save and cover, so it's iced or frozen, and then you're going to have a face-off. Save made with a rebound attempt. There's a couple of missed nets in here, so the offense continues. It's a shot blocked, but the defense starts immediately in the defensive zone, or a save made, and they start in the defensive zone, or you get a face-off again. So more difficult to score from the point and the face-off circle, easier to score off of in the slot, and especially in the crease. So 16 to 20 is a score. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's about a 25% chance of scoring. So, and then on a breakaway, we have a breakaway here. So if it happens to be some sort of breakaway, which we did see, so you have a breakaway here. The home team gets a shot, and then you see a breakaway. This is going to be the chart that you use for the breakaways. So it's going to be a 13 to 20. That's going to be a goal. So a little bit even more there. That's like a 35%, 40% chance. And then the last changes are to the main charts. And down the left-hand side, these are your puck carrying, which is a new term for me, but I understand it. It's when you're, normal offense, basically, for those of us who aren't like super hockey fans. But basically, this is your normal offense, and you're going to use these most of the time. But also, there are some special ones for the defensive zone when you're trying to clear the puck. So maybe you're on you're shorthanded and you're just trying to clear the puck out of the defensive zone. These are strategies that you can use. So you can clear the puck, you can do a dump and chase strategy in the neutral zone, or you can have a more aggressive forechecking strategy in the offensive zone. So here, there's a greater chance that you're going to leave yourself open for, say, a breakaway. Here, there's going to be less of a chance for that, but here you're going to get a greater chance to be able to score or have a scoring opportunity leading to a shot attempt. So, but there are more penalties over here. This is a little bit more less aggressive. The dump and chase is more dumping it into the offensive defensive zone, and then chasing it down and seeing if you can get an opportunity there. Punt dumped into the right corner, and there's a puck battle, and then you just you're going to roll for the offensive player and the defensive player who are in the puck battle, and then see who comes out of that in the offensive zone. So battle for possession in the offensive zone, and then it gives you an opportunity to just kind of get into the offensive zone a little easier. So here it's 9 to 18, which is about 10. Here it's 7 to 16, which is what is that? 10. It's about 10 as well. So a little bit easier to get in there, but there's a couple of others where you're going to play it into the defensive zone. So we have our normal puck carrying strategies over here. And then if you ever want to incorporate clearing the puck, or you want to incorporate a dump and chase strategy, maybe you have a lead and you want to just make sure that you're pushing the puck down the ice, and you don't want to give it away. You don't want to have the opportunity here to have a lot of face-offs or whatever. You don't want losing the puck is 5 to 8. Sloppy play leads to the offensive team committing a penalty. So there's a little bit more risk over here of making a mistake in the neutral zone than here. So it just kind of depends on how you want to play. And I thought that was a really cool addition, and it doesn't cost you anything else. So there are different times. Let's see, I don't know if it's on here. There are different times when it actually calls for you. Here it is. So successful advance into the neutral zone, use the dump and chase for phase 2. So you'll have to use this chart here on a 17 or 18. So there are a couple of different times when you'll have to reference some of these, but for the most part, it's going to be just sorry, I'm just blanking out. It's just going to be using your regular puck carrying strategies. So those are some of the new additions to the charts, and you can see that they're relatively color coded. So the offensive and the shots are sort of in the same vein. You have your defensive zone as an orange. Blue would be like neutral zone. Here we carry that over, neutral zone in the blue, offensive and defensive zone in the green. Red is sort of its own category. And then each of the teams has a nice little card that if you wanted to cut that out, you could just have your cards cut out. So I will go ahead and play some of that soon. Just wanted to kind of get this out on the screen so that I didn't have to take up a bunch of time while I'm demonstrating them. And as always, you're playing with 2d20 dice, and then there's the addition of like so it'd be a couple of d20s and at least one d6, and it might be helpful to even have 2d6. So I think we've expanded our dice from 2d20s to 2d20s and 2d6s. That will help you with the determine which player it is very quickly, and you just roll in all of them together, which makes a lot of sense. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section below. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in trying this game out yourself, I have these two teams available from 2024, and you can try out the game with these charts here that I have. There's one more selection that needs to go in, that's pulling the goalie. So I have to get that in there. It's a little chart, not super big or anything like that, so I got to find a place for that. But otherwise, there's lots of different things that you can do. some different strategies. So if you're a little bit more hockey savvy, you can implement some of these strategies in the defensive, neutral, and the offensive zones. If you're not, you could just play it straight down the left side where you're just doing the puck carrying the whole time. And this is sort of quote unquote normal strategies. And then I've also made some changes to the rink. So time will now be, you can use 20-second intervals, or I'm thinking about a way to sort of incorporate the super basic game like we've been doing. And then also, if you wanted to add in or layer in more of these details, you could. So that it's clearly marked on there, 20 minutes, 19 minutes, things like that. But it also has space for every 20 seconds. So basically every roll, you're going to take 20 seconds off the clock. And that should give you a pretty good calculation for a full game. It also has a section for penalty minutes. So you'll be able to keep track of penalties right there next to the time. And there's a dedicated section for that, as well as the period. And then it still has the hockey rink on there. So next time I play, I'll show off the newly designed play mat. It's sort of formatted a little bit differently, but I think it'll be easy enough to play a game. All right. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. If not, I'm sorry. Maybe you wanted to see a game, but I promise you I'll play a game of hockey between these two teams, and I'll just kind of walk through it and show you how everything works. There's a whole part of this where you're adding and subtracting based on the player skill levels and things like that for shooting and for face-offs and that type of thing, where you're sort of kind of adding +2, -2, +1, -1, etc. To the rolls, and that makes it, a little bit of a slight advantage, especially on things like face-offs or puck battles, that type of thing, so that the individual players have some sort of kind of say in the outcome of the game. And hopefully, the last time I played, it was kind of generic, home team, visiting team, so this time will be a little bit more specific. So, yeah, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.